Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Friday. Up, let me check my sound. Sharon says she can't hear anything. Can you hear me now? I was watching the Nature Channel and I was on a different tab. I think this took care of it. Okay, good. RCR Racing. So, what's up with the brother? John P., good morning. Sharon, Donna, everybody. And good morning to our friends over on Rumble. Well, the weather's not looking good for Saturday's trip. Okay, great. I know not to go over on that tab. Let's see here. I was going to just give a quick synopsis of some things going on July 24th, 95. Frank Sinatra is honored for his 80th birthday at the Los Angeles Shrine Auditorium. Sinatra he attends, but he's not able to perform. In New York City, they light up the Empire State Building with blue lights in his honor. This day in 1985, Detroit's Washington Boulevard is renamed Aretha Franklin's Freeway of Love because she had a big hit with that song. In 1977, this day at Pathway Studios in London, Dire Straits makes their demo, which includes Sultans of Swing, and they get a record deal because of that. In 76, the Manhattans' Kiss and Say Goodbye hits #1 in the U.S. Also in 76, this day, Elton John and Kiki D hit #1 with Don't Go Breaking My Heart. And in 1971, a group that I was just doing a deep dive on the other day, listening to some of their music, Paul Revere and the Raiders hit #1 with Indian Reservation. Oh, geez. Well, good morning, Manish. I'm going to say Manish. I hope that's correct. Did they cut his hours or cut his pay? I mean, neither one's good, but if they cut the pay by 66%, that's super bad. If they cut his hours by that much, that's not good either. I remember working in the restaurant business years ago. It's an entry level job, and it's great for high school students. You're going to have to go into management or something like that if you're going to stick with them. I guess it's okay for people working part time. Heard that story many times, RCR. Let me tell you, there are so many things that, let's just say, can go wrong. They tend to be buddy buddy in that particular business. And if you go into a restaurant that's well established and you're the new employee, oh, buddy, talk about redheaded stepchild. But, unfortunately, that's life everywhere. That's but that is a big pet peeve of mine when somebody less qualified gets a position because of somebody they know. If you've got two people equally qualified and one of them is known, I can understand that. But when it's purely because they know somebody, and that's the other thing, RCR restaurants always want to have more people than they need. Not many more, but they want to keep the employees hungry for time. That way, if somebody calls in, there's somebody else always available to jump onto the hours. And at least that's the way it's been whenever I was involved with it. Lanish, where are you from? How you doing today? Let us know. Yep, it is. Uh, I totally understand. Manish, do you know Anjali? It looks like you might be a friend of hers, and I appreciate you guys coming in. I really do. In the middle of July, when our temp should be like 30, 33, 34 C, which is in the 90s Fahrenheit. Today, we're only going to get into the mid 70s, which is about 23 degrees C. So we are having a great, cool day. I'll have to watch the 6 o'clock weather girl because this goes against her global warming point of view. And RCR, again, I don't like that they do this, but that's another way they just get people to quit instead of having to fire them. They just limit the hours until the person can't work there anymore. Not a fan of that either. John P. John P. Did you get in touch with Pops? I think you typed Pups, but I think it was Pops that you was talking about. John P says hello, Sharon. Sharon's probably listening while she's working elsewhere. John P, you should tell him to come in to chat here and drop his channel. Hasn't happened to me, but I've never had a restaurant job as my main source of income. I've always worked in restaurants, like when I was in high school, a second, income. And I started bartending when I was working my way through school, and I just enjoy it. Yes, Sharon, that's what I figured. Sharon's busy creating something. I would have bet money on that. She's either doing that or she's working around the house. I woke up at 3 this morning, did the dishes, had my coffee, had a snack. Uh, the place, RCR, the place I was working for 20 years, just before my 20-year anniversary, the layoffs finally caught up to me. They had been laying people off for close to 13 years, and finally got around to me. I wish I had an answer. Uh, the only see now this is me, and I know what works for me, not for everybody else necessarily. But if they did me that way, I would go in and I would say something along the lines of, "I need 5 days work, and if I'm not going to get 5 days work, then I need to find another income." See, I know Sharon's smart. She's busy doing something productive. But I would go in and tell him that, and then it would be obvious to everybody. If they didn't give him his hours back, he would know what their intentions were. All I'm hearing from the birds is drip, drip, drip. There they come. Income, that's the money you make working for somebody. as in incoming money, excuse me, but something just flew by the camera. I saw a black streak. What they're and this, I'm not saying this is what they're doing. I'm saying this is a possibility of what they're doing. They're cutting back his hours, hoping that he will just quit so they don't have to fire him. I've seen too many restaurants do that. Like I said, I don't agree with it. I just know that it happens. Here comes the new boat owner, Mike. And if he's in North Carolina or Texas, I'm pretty sure Texas is like North Carolina, a right to work state. And pretty much your boss can fire you for any reason they want to. It's a possibility. And, you know, when I, this, I just disagree with playing games with people's livelihood. Uh, I'm not big on games at all. Uh, you know, now if somebody wants to play a game of basketball, or somebody wants to play a game of I don't know, some kind of sports that I enjoy, I'm all for it. But you know, when it comes to yeah, I'm pretty sure Texas is a right to work state. And if they're like North Carolina, you know, North Carolina is a right to work state. They can let you go for any reason. Like I said, they let me go just before my 20-year anniversary. Good morning, Mike. Mike, I figured you'd be heading out to the lake in the boat. Has Mike has a new boat. Uh, is there anything you got to do to get it ready to take it out, Mike, or is it good to go? And now, people who are with unions and whatnot, that's another story. Thanks, Mike. You know, Mike can, he did that typo on purpose. I know he didn't do it again this morning. Raven, what's up, Raven? I hope you're having a good day. I watched a Raymond video yesterday. Oh man, Mike, let me tell you, uh, last year sometime I was in Wally World, and they had a nice life jacket on sale for next to nothing. I think it's like $5, and I snatched it up. So when I get out in the canoe, that's what I'm wearing. My El Cheapos, I don't know where they got to, but whatever. Raven, buddy, I enjoyed tagging along on your investigation. Raven, I invited some other Brits to actually come in. I've known them for a number of years now, and people in the UK, I don't know, they're a little more standoffish than we are here. We're not afraid to talk to people and such. Afraid of parrots? Don't be afraid of parrots. Just give them a cracker. Yeah, I know. These were nice. I mean, they were brand name and probably about $40, 35, $40, but I got them like in the off season and they had them on the clearance shelf. It's like they won't go bad hanging in my closet, so I just snatched up one. Cuz really my little canoe is, it says it's for two, but trust me, one. Raven, that sounds like fun. There's a lot of people going live tonight. Uh, Pops is starting his show tonight, uh, 7 p.m. New York time. I think John P is going to do an interview probably this afternoon. So, Raven exclamation ME, no spaces, and Nightbot will drop your channel. There you go, Raven. Yeah, anyone who comes in the chat, you're welcome to have Nightbot post your channel. Just be aware, people that are on their phone and not a tablet or a laptop, the people on their phones will have to copy and paste or do some typing. Or they can come back later and replay the show and on a laptop, and the link should work then. Val, that would be Gary Spikes, Pops. his new channel that he's just cranking up. And Val, you should have a rather cool day because it's going to our high here is only going to be in the mid 70s. And yesterday, the highest temp I saw on the back porch was 74. And for the end of July, that is amazingly great. Amazing. And Mike is doing a show this afternoon. Him and Allie Mack have their zany comedy every Friday afternoon, starting about 4 o'clock East Coast time. Sometimes they start a minute or two later. Just depends on what's going on with Allie Mack. Now that would be fun if Gary was to show up this morning. I'm not sure that he's been to my channel, but a time or two. Sharon says hello, Val. Today is double TGIF day. It's the TGIF that most people know. Thank goodness it's Friday. The TGIF that I would like everybody to know is thank God I'm forgiven. Kathy Bates, good morning. YKB showed up on the Nature Channel early. He stayed around a minute or two. Thanks, Val. Kathy's got a new nickname. There comes the birds back. This afternoon, Mike, I'm going to have to remind you to tell me the story of how she got that nickname so you don't have to type a bunch. Mike, I thought that was a good compromise that your dad let you listen to rock and roll on the way back home. And even though the music was new on your short video, it sounded like it would just fit right in on Willie's lounge. Excuse me, Willie's Roadhouse. I don't have satellite anything, so all of that streaming stuff I usually ignore. They charge for that stuff, and I'm not going to pay for radio. They're still trying to get rid of AM radio in our vehicles. I don't understand why they would want to do that. I mean, AM stations are not as renowned as they once were, but still, uh, I think that falls under the category of we're going to save a few pennies. So, are you saying you changed the channel and he didn't know how to get it back? Oh my goodness. Mike, be nice to your dad. I don't, hey, Mike, I don't waste $3 a month. I grew up poor. I don't waste anything. If I can find a way to repurpose something, uh, you know, that's great. Now I'll give to charities every month, uh, especially if I know they're doing real charity work, none of this fake stuff. Oh, and Mike, do they play commercials? Does the satellite play the satellite radio? Do they play commercials? I bet they do. If they're playing commercials, why should I pay for the radio? Uh, uh, Somebody I know had one of the satellite. Well, they just paid for it, whatever it was, and they would download a overnight show for me, and that was kind of nice. Oh, they don't play commercials. Okay, well, that's a little better to deal with. So, but back to AM radio, I still think AM should be in cars. But the FCC has been letting FM stations, new ones, come up so close to other FM stations. You There's three or four around here that used to I could pick up anywhere in the general area, and now you've got to be, specific areas, or you're picking up a different station. They overlap too much, and that's FM. And FM is you aim the vehicle in another direction, and you're picking up a different channel entirely. They don't bleed over one another. John P. saying hello to everybody. Val, Kathy. There was so much going on this morning. There's several things I didn't have room to put in. This day in 2001, Bob Seger's boat named Lightning, and he named it that because a previous boat got hit by lightning, wins its division in a 291-mile Port Huron to Mackinac boat race in Michigan. Made the trip in 30 hours, 34 minutes, 42 seconds. And Bob was one of 11 crew members. That's pretty cool. And for people who know who Kristen Chenoweth is, she's a short blonde singer. She's born in 1968, Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, and she's adopted shortly thereafter. After she gets to be famous on Broadway, she finds out that her biological father used to play bass for ZZ Top. Oh, geez. Do they have any real metal where you can like use a magnet mount, or are you going to have to start drilling and mounting? I don't like drilling on boats, automobiles, trucks, any of that. This day, 1965, Bob Dylan charts for the first time as an artist in the U.S. Like a Rolling Stone, it starts at number 91 on the charts. That's where it enters the charts. Huh. This day, 1957, Pat Boone makes his acting debut in a musical comedy called Bernadine. And I was just thinking, we had a Bernadine from Africa come in one day, and I don't think she's been back since. And the other thing, Mike, about not having an antenna or anything is they don't want to, they don't want to spend any money they don't have to. Raven, you take care. Thanks for stopping in today. You be careful out there. Are you saying it has a radio but no antenna? That sounds a little weird. Dolly, Raven just popped out. Dolly, he said you might be. Oh, geez, Mike, that's ridiculous. Dolly, he said you might be coming into his show this afternoon. And Dolly, I hope you're doing much, much better, healed up, and feeling great. Is it a FM radio? What kind of radio is it? Because if it's FM radio, pretty much all you're going to have to do is find some kind of metal in the frame and just hook up to that. If it's just FM, the length of the antenna has some effect on FM, but you, as long as you pick up the station, it doesn't really matter. Ah, okay. That's a whole other situation. Yeah, got to be a little more careful with the AM if you choose to listen to AM because you'll get all kinds of static and whatnot. I can't believe they wouldn't hook it up. If they put it in, they should have it hooked up to something. What am I missing here, Mike? But other than the radio situation, that boat's a nice looking boat, Mike. Okay. Like the old UHF antennas on TVs. Probably a bad example because they were popular before you were born. That's crazy. That's just crazy. The a 5-inch loop's not going to do good at all for AM. FM, you'll get by. Yeah, uh, I'm just going to take a wild guess here, Mike, but I guess you're probably going to use the FM radio and Bluetooth more than anything else. Break out the Eurythmics. Here comes the rain again. Uh, yeah, that's what I try to tell people. About my going around in the mountains. There's no cell phone signal, so streaming anything's out of the question. Uh, if you've got like 16, 20 gauge, even 16, 18, 20 gauge wire laying around, uh, strip off uh, just enough at one end to, and just use single. Don't use two wires. Use single wire. Strip off enough to wrap around that metal loop, bare wire to metal loop, and then leave the rest of the wire insulated. You want about 30, 32 inches long, and run about 20 inches in one direction, and then the last 10 or 12 inches 90 degrees to that, and the two together, you know, the loop and that, you should be able to get an FM signal from a long ways off. But knowing you're going to do it upright. You'll do it better than that. But if you just want to test and see what happens, that's a quick and easy test. And then later you can fix it up and make it look nice, make it permanent. Until they stopped putting the micro SD card slots in cell phones, I downloaded all of my music to a micro SD and would play, my music through my phone into the stereo system in the truck. But now I got to preserve the memory for videos. I put uh, I put my music on a thumb drive, and I can connect it, plug it into the truck, but it's very limited as far as being able to select music. Yeah, just do the wire trick and see if it makes a major difference. Because that's the old FM antennas for home stereos. All it was just, I think it was like 16 gauge wire, and it was in the shape of a T. Well, if it's that little loop, it's probably connected. Just each end of the loop is probably screwed down to the radio. That's my guess. Thanks, John P. 1956. Exactly 10 years to the day after their act began, Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis break up their wildly popular musical comedy act. Their last show is at the Copacabana nightclub in New York. Here's one for you, Mike. Have you ever heard Sweet City Woman by the Stampeders? Their drummer's birthday is today. He was born in Dawson Creek, British Columbia, Canada. Oh, geez. Today is also Alan Whitehead's birthday. He is drummer for Marmalade. That's pretty cool. He's born in England, Shropshire. Yeah, John, I hope it cools down a little for you. We're getting a reprieve from the heat, and I'm enjoying it. And a North Carolina born individual, Billy Taylor. He was born in 1921 this day. Greenville, North Carolina. That's down at the coast. And he wrote the song "I Wish I Knew How It Would Feel to Be Free" in '63. Roger Blair, good morning. Yeah, that Copacabana. Yeah, we was talking about Barry the other day. That was one of his bigger hits. Not my favorite one by him. Nowhere near my favorite. Thanks, John P. Appreciate you. Why, Mike, has it heated up there? I mean, we've got 2 days in a row where it's going to be in the mid 70s, and here at the end of July, that's amazing. Oh, geez, they're only in the hour forecast. They're only calling for 1 day to make it up to 90 next week sometime. I've got to check the weather for tomorrow. It's not looking good for the motorcycle rally. Yeah, and it's barely sun up there. Do I know what trolls ID? Uh-oh. Oh no. They they replicated Voyager's Facebook account. Huh. Yeah, the more people will get access to AI, the more that kind of junk's going to happen. Just turn it into YouTube. I mean, I can't complain to YouTube because they have both my channels labeled as minor, and I cannot give feedback as a minor. Yeah. And all it is YouTube wants they want me to take a photo of myself, which is stupid because I'm on camera every Saturday night. I've been in a couple of videos from the other channel, the Nature Channel, when I was going live. If they can't figure out I'm an adult, that's on them. Oh, good. Only Facebook. Yeah, I don't have Facebook. The only platforms that I use are YouTube here and Rumble. Yeah, Rumble. I started posting a few things over there over a year ago, and it never did anything until recently, and all of a sudden it's starting to get some results. Yeah, John, goes back to fake. I don't like fake anything. Yeah, I know, Mike. John, slow down just a little bit in your typing so that there's a few less typos. I admit this is typo central, but help us out a little bit. Yeah, yeah. I don't like to see the bad guys win. It's well, it's still early. I mean, it's here in the states. It's just a little after 8 o'clock in the morning, and he was up a little bit late last night. I know he left the show a little early, but he was there until 10 o'clock or so. Yeah, we know you're the candy man, John. And the thing of it is, Mike, I think he's on his phone doing this. Man, when I'm on my phone, I'm typing so slow it's not even funny. That's supposed to be dash dot dash. But I mean, John P is famous for having multiple phones. I mean, I think at one time he had like 8 different phones. I mean, even when I was typing on a typewriter, my top speed was probably 60 words a minute, something like that. Uh, two good phones, two weak phones, two better ones. You're up to six already. That's just funny, John. Yeah, kind of uh, we kind of know that one. I haven't asked Roger how his Spud launcher is doing. I wanted to build one of those for a while, but I would be too tempted to get into trouble. I was in chat. I saw when you come into Mogs. I was listening. I really didn't have anything worth saying, but sometime after 10 o'clock, I fell asleep. I think LIB was coming on. That's the last thing I remember. I had the igniter out of an old grill, and I was ready to start building. And then I got to thinking, what am I going to do with this once I get it built? And the first few thoughts I had, uh, I thought to myself, maybe I shouldn't build this because I'd be getting into trouble. And I don't need any help getting into trouble. Well, to be rain and this time of day, it sure is quiet on the back porch. Uh-oh. Did she get it with you or somebody else, Mike? Because I know you said that she was wanting to just go to work for you. Well, that's great. What kind of job did she get? Or did she say? I feel like I'm being a bad influence on you guys with my typos. Hopefully, it's a good job and something that she'll enjoy. Oh, okay. I've heard of Menards, but I've never been to one. Probably heard about it from you, Mike. Seems like I've heard you mention that on a Friday afternoon show. That's a good job. That's an opportunity to learn quite a few things. And shipping, receiving, that's training you can take just about any business. Oh no. Is that the way she does, or do you know something that we don't know? Do you think she just won't get into that kind of work, or is that her background? Staying a month and leaving? What's the story? Ah, gotcha. Not a morning person. Well, that might change. There might be something about the job she likes and work out okay. Might. Will never know until she tries. I wouldn't. What time's she going to have to start? What is early morning to her? You know. Ah, gotcha. She might do okay. But yeah, 5 foot 90 pounds, that's going to work against her with some of the bigger stuff. Hopefully, they've got equipment to help her, though. That would be good. Uh-oh, 6 a.m. Yeah, that's a little bit early for some people. I've worked every shift, and my favorite shift is second shift. But the only bad thing about second shift is uh, you're working when the rest of the world is not at work, and you're off work when the rest of the world is working. Second shift is the hardest to have any kind of interaction except on weekends. Hi Burton, how you doing? Welcome. The But I really enjoyed working second shift. Mostly, I enjoyed in the summertime getting off work second shift, getting on the motorcycle and taking 3 or 4 hours to get home instead of the 30 minutes that it should. Because riding around, the back roads in the middle of the night is just a lot of fun. Oh, geez. That's one way to get her motivated. I'm a little surprised dog poop duty uh, did it when you could have used, cleaning the barn. That's a bigger poop job. Yeah, the Eurythmics again. Uh, did you ever look up Stompin' Tom Connors? He's a Canadian musician, and the song is Margot's Cargo. Stomping Tom Connors and Margot's Cargo. It's right up your alley, Mike. It's your dad's kind of music, but it's your kind of lyrics. Yep, he is. I think I mentioned him to you before, but I wasn't sure. So if I did, excuse me for repeating myself. At least you know I'm consistent. I have no idea, Mike. I don't know what part of Canada he's in. But like I said, Margot's Cargo, I think you'll get a kick out of that song. I know this. He sounds like us, and he sings like he from the country. He's got his own YouTube page. He's been on YouTube with that channel since 2017. Well, let me know what you think of Margot's Cargo. I thought it was funny. Kind of reminded me of early Andy Griffith comedy. They call it football. Hopefully, it's a better recommendation than my movie recommendation turned out to be. Thanks, John P. Yeah, John John is famous for emojis. Multiple phones and emojis. I had to turn off the emoji limiter on Nightbot. I was trying to make Nightbot keep people from typing in, 20 lines back to back to back, and I couldn't get Nightbot to do that. John P needs to give us an update on his youngest. I don't think we can call his youngest a baby anymore. Getting on up there. I bet she weighs between 10 and 15 kilograms. That's right. John P., how many children do you have? Three? I think John P. has three kids. Or is it four? I'm going to guess John P. Has his kids spoiled except for candy. I don't think they get any candy. John P. gets all the candy. 7. Oh man. I kind of noticed that he's not wanting to give us a number. I get a little suspicious there, John P. Not wanting to give out how many kids you have. Come on, John, you're amongst friends. You can tell us. The plot thickens and the mystery deepens. Three. Okay, 3. So my first guess was correct. All right. Uh-oh. 8, 6, 15. Oh. Mike, is there a way to get Nightbot anytime a certain person types something in chat, Nightbot will say something back? I don't remember even something close to that. So the wife wants another, and oh, okay, and just one individual. Okay, what do you do? Put in that individual's name for the command, and then just whatever response you want to make it. That, oh boy, we got to talk. Okay, I know you can put in like a word, and whenever like BRB and back, just the word without the exclamation point. But as far as one person's name, that I'd kind of like to do that. Well, one thing for sure, John P. I'm pretty sure any of your kids are going to have great parents. Northwoods, what's happening, Northwoods? How was work last night? You any closer to being accustomed to third shift? Northwoods probably just got home from work or hasn't been off work very long. Oh no. Your soundboard. Oh geez, Northwoods, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, and YouTube, like I said, no joke, YouTube has both of my channels labeled as owned by a child. Uh, again, I think it's a ploy to get driver's license and whatnot. Because one of the things they said was I could send them a photo of myself, but I think it would be showing a photo and they'd ask for other information. And I just don't want to play that game. I don't know why they want a photo that they, like I said, every Saturday night I'm live on camera. So it's not like they have resources or not like they don't have resources to verify that I am not a child. So, Northwoods, are you off for the weekend now, or do you have to go in tonight? That's okay, Mike. I've been thrown out of better places. Kind of, sort of. I still haven't figured out what I want to be when I grow up. But I mean, let's face it, anybody who's seen me one time, they know that I'm not a kid. That's funny. Oh, so you're going in tonight and tomorrow night. Oh, geez. On YouTube, I mean, just YouTube. I enjoy getting a good laugh, and usually you and Allie Mack are generating laughs. That's for sure. It's just that, was it last Friday? YKB had his microphone volume so low, and it just seemed like he was constantly in the background mumbling while other people were talking. And I didn't know if you guys was running a gag or I was missing something, but it was like, what's going on here? I I don't think I've ever actually been thrown out of a place or asked to leave. The layoff was pretty much it. I've had bouncers come over to the table I was seated at and shake my hand and never tell me why. And I'm pretty sure it's because I walked right up to the line, leaned over it, and gave a flying raspberry to the rules. But, well, maybe he'll get it by Christmas. That's what I forgot to ask last night. I did have something to say. Asked Stevie B if you had sent her package yet. I think that's pretty good of you to send him a laptop, though. I know, I know you've had that package ready to go for almost a year, if not longer. You should just shock her one day, send it off, and not tell her it's coming, and just surprise her. Oh, geez, Northwoods, that's terrible. Yeah, the place that like I said, I'd spent almost 20 years there, just a few days short of 20 years, and I got laid off. There were weeks where I had worked uh, 90, 95 hours in one week. I went a year and worked those kind of hours and only had the major holidays off, like Thanksgiving Day, Christmas Day. Uh, I I can't remember if I took New July 4th off or not, but it after all of that, uh, we appreciate you. Bye. Let's see what Mike had to say here. 3.5 years working 7 days a week. Uh, Northwoods, the first place I got a job in South Carolina, pay was great. Uh, they hired me on, even though technically my work experience wasn't 100% fit in the job I was hired into. They needed people, and like I said, the pay was really good. And I'd been there less than a year, and 5 people that had come to work after me had left. And I told my boss, I said, "You're never going to get anybody hired here, and I can't keep working." I had every other Sunday off, and that was it. And at the time, my girlfriend lived like hour and a half drive away, so there was no way we could spend any time together. So I put in my notice and cut out. Plus, like I was saying, it was very dangerous work. Had a guy almost lose a leg, another guy almost lose a thumb, several people out on disability for multiple weeks. I got them both up, Mike. Yeah, Northwoods. I don't know. I thought I would retire working there. Obviously, I was wrong. Uh, the guy that was head of the company. Now, this company had like 10, 12,000 employees worldwide, and the guy that was at the top, I cannot explain it, but the day he stepped aside and somebody else took over, even though this person was in another state and there was levels of management between him and me, I felt the difference. And the company went downhill fast. And I never learned to. I mean, I was polite when I said it, but I said what was going on. Uh, if it was a duck, I called it a duck. If it was a weasel, I called it a weasel. And like I said, I did it in the most polite way I could come up with, but still, people didn't appreciate that. Now, if somebody was lazy, uh, you know, they would put them with me because they'd either quit or they'd work. Because I wasn't going to stand for anybody to be working with me and not pulling their share. and I was very reasonable with what their share was. They just had to be trying. They didn't have to be super employee, but they had to try. Yeah, Mike, but some people don't figure that out. It's like I was lucky. The very first job I had out of high school was working at Kmart in uh, what they called at that time a stock boy. All we did was we moved stuff out of the back and put it up. Good question, Mike. And the managers were called associates, and there was 11 of them at our store, and 10 of those 11 was always sitting in the break room sipping coffee, reading the newspaper, talking to one another about what was going on with the business. And the 11th one was the one I worked with, and the way he did things was he had a list of things that needed to get done, and he would rotate who he would ask first what job they wanted on the list. But every time, whatever the last thing on the list was, that was the one he took. And he was working with us. And when he would go and take a break, over and over again, the other managers was asking, how do you get your employees to work so hard for you? And they never figured it out. Oh, exactly, Northwoods. Exactly. They asked for it. Uh, we had a certain tool, and the tool was very delicate. And in using it the way we used it, it was real easy to break it. And the guy who was in charge of it said, I wish people would let me know when they break it, because it is a royal pain when somebody needs it and they find it and it's broke. We got to jump through hoops. If they would just tell me when they break it, and I broke it, and I took it to him and I told him, and he went off. And I just took a half step back, let him vent, and then I looked at him and I said, that's why nobody tells you when they break it. Kathy and Megan at the same time. I think I know who Megan must be, not by name but by reputation. That YKB, what's going on, YKB? Your nose, bros. I had most of my chores done before 6 a.m. Coffee was made and drank, dishes was done, had a snack, looked up the music and history, etc., etc. Gotcha. Megan. Oh, not good, YKB. I hope you don't get too much of a toothache. Are you saying that she talks a lot? Uh, oh, geez. No comment. Yeah. Yeah, YKB. He said that you were having microphone problems. That reminds me, I need to check the microphone on the phone I'm using the outside as a camera. Oh, she talks loud. She talks a lot and talks loud. Okay. Uh, let's see here. No, I don't think I'm putting that up, Mike. That that's a dual meaning, but okay. Oh, listen, guys. If you guys remember Foghorn Leghorn, the cartoon chicken, I say boy, I say boy. If you guys remember him, look up Governor McMaster. He is the governor of South Carolina, and listen to him speak for just a couple of seconds, and tell me he sounds like Foghorn Leghorn. He's Governor McMaster, the governor of South Carolina, and I swear to you, he sounds like that cartoon chicken. That's it. That's the one. It's hilarious. Well, I got to close down the one on the back porch before the battery goes. It causes all kinds of problems to end that stream if the battery dies. Hopefully, I'll see you guys this afternoon at Mike's and Allie Max. As always, I hope that only kind words come your way, and everybody gets the day they deserve. Oh, don't worry, John. Don't worry. We will catch everybody next time.